Welcome to STAB Exam Forum. We have come up with chapter 11 on Indian polity, and in this video we are going to see timeline of making of Indian Constitution, right? After this video in chapter 12 we will come with the MCQ related to making of Indian Constitution. Okay, so this video will be theoretical. Okay, so this was the syllabus which we have given to you. On the same note, we will be presenting Indian polity making of constitution, right? Coming to the next slide. So let's see the timeline how the Indian constitution was made, and this you can think of a storyline. Okay, wherever we consider important from the exam perspective, we will tell you. Okay, so the story begins in 1934, when a communist leader, M.N. Roy, proposed that our India should have our own constitution. Okay, so he proposed that India should have their own constitution. Okay, so on the same note, in 1935, Congress also demanded that we should have our Indian constitution to the Britishers. So Britishers responded. So they approved their demand, but with the condition that this Constituent Assembly will have Britishers in it. So our leaders know that this will happen. So they again demanded in 1938 that this Constituent Assembly will be independent, and in this assembly only Indians will be the members. Okay, this was demanded by former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, so he demanded that Indian Constituent Assembly will be made by only Indians. Okay, so after that 1939 to 1945, one major happening in the world was going on. What was that? That was World War II. So Britishers somehow suppressed, but again in 1942 Britishers sent one CRIP mission to the India, which basically was aimed to have a constituent assembly, but Gandhiji said that it is an outdated check. So on this CRIP mission was not a good one, so Quit India movement was started, as you have studied in history. So after that in 1946 a major thing happened. What was that? Again Britishers sent a cabinet mission plan. So this is very important. Cabinet mission plan was sent by the Britishers, and their objective was to form Constituent Assembly and to form the interim government. Okay, these are the two objectives that cabinet mission plan have. Okay, first is Constituent Assembly formation, and second is interim government formation. So in July 1946, what happened? Election for members of Constitution Assembly held. I will not go through what are the members, how many members, and all those things. Those are not important from the exam perspective. Okay, so what happened next? 389 members got selected, and two leaders who are not the members are Mohan Karamchand Gandhi and Muhammad Ali Jinnah. These were the two members who are not selected as a member of a Constituent Assembly, as they have not contested for the election. Okay, coming to the next, in 1946 December, this is again a major happening that you should know. This you can note it down in your notebook. So first thing is Constituent Assembly was set up. So first meeting was held in 9 December 1946. This question was asked in the previous DRDO exam. When was the first meeting of Constituent Assembly happened? It is 9 December 1946. Okay, so the next thing was since we have a Constituent Assembly, so a chairman is required. So at that time Dr. Sachidanand Sinha was the oldest leader. So he was made a temporary chairman for the Constituent Assembly. After that, a permanent chairman was selected. He was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Okay, you can note it down, all these names. After that, a drafting committee was made to form the Indian Constitution. As all of you know that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the drafting committee chairman. His main aim was to make the Indian Constitution. Okay, again one advisor was also there. He is Shri B.N. Rao. This is also important. Okay, advisor of Constituent Assembly was Shri B.N. Rao. Okay, next, this committee has also secretary, and H.V.R. Iyengar was the secretary of that Constituent Assembly. Right, you can take the screenshot of this video. Okay, this is important. The red one are important one. You should know the dates and names. Okay, so after that, what happened in from 1947 to 1949, constitution making was started. Okay, so Constituent Assembly, which task was to make the Indian Constitution, they start preparing the Constitution. Okay, how they took, we will not talk in this video. Okay, one more thing happened that on 22nd July 1947, Constituent Assembly adopted national flag. Okay, so national flag was adopted on 22nd July 1947. So at that time our constitution was made. After that, what happened in 1948 to 49, drafting committee presented 3 drafts. Okay, 3 drafts they have proposed. What are these 3 dates? These are the 3 dates they have presented. This was given in the Constituent Assembly. Discussion were happens, amendment were happens. Okay, so finally on 26 November 1949, Constitution was adopted. So if you see the preamble, they also say on 26 November 1949, Constitution was adopted. Okay, this is very important. What happened after that? In 1950, the last meeting of Constituent Assembly held. Why? Because Constitution was made, it was adopted. So the last meeting was held, that held on 24 Jan 1950, just before the Republic Day, right? After that, Constitution Assembly on the same day adopted national anthem, Jan Gan Man. On the same note, national song was also adopted. Okay. On the same note, the symbol was also chosen, that is elephant one. Okay. Then the major thing happened on 26 Jan 1950. On that day, enforcement of Constitution was done. Okay, so the 2 dates, 26 November 1949, Constitution was adopted, and Constitution was enforced on 26 Jan 1950. These 2 dates are very important. On the same date, we are celebrating our Republic Day, right? Coming to the next, since Constitution was made, so calligrapher for very beautiful writing were called. So for English calligrapher, Prem Bihari Raisda was called, and for writing in Hindi, Gopal Krishna Vaidya was called. These red one and the events in 1952 are very important from the exam point of view. Okay, so we have seen the timeline from making of Indian Constitution from 1934 to 1950. Okay, you can take the screenshot, and after that we will come with the MCQ on making of Indian Constitution. Okay, I hope you like this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.